This youth entrepreneurship program was produced by the Northern California and Sacramento Regional Center for International Trade Development, a program of the Los Rios Community College District Workforce and Economic Development Program, and funded through a grant from the California Community College's Chancellor's Office Economic and Workforce Development Program.
Hi, I'm Brooks Olson, Director of the Northern California Center for International Trade Development. I think it's so important that real-world entrepreneurs, some from our own backyard here in Northern California,
Hi, I'm Dan.
share with us exactly how they did what they did, the fact that they all had an idea and that they made that idea the focal point of their business idea, and they figured out a way to fund it. They figured out a way to make it. They figured out a way to do it, despite a lot of obstacles. And this video,
do you know if your turnaround time
brings to life these entrepreneurs who have really made it happen, who are from our own communities. I want young adults who are going into the workplace eventually in the next 6 months or a year or 2 years or 5 years down the road to think about instituting an entrepreneurial idea. That game you played, that business you thought, that recipe you created, make something out of it. After you see this video and you say, what do I do next? Contact us. We have the information, the experts, the industry contacts, the people to talk with to help you take that next step.
The emergence of the global market means even the tiniest firms can be multinational enterprises, reaching beyond borders for supplies, customers, and connections.
We're living in a global economy now where all the emerging markets are outside of where we live in the United States. And for, an entrepreneurial spirit or business, I think you have to always think global. You can't contain yourself just into one market.
Tiffany McAkron markets Varna pump products to the world.
Smaller kind of ship engines, over-the-road trucks, off-highway vehicles, and as you can see, it's just a real simple design. Just got a mounting bracket and it's 12 or 24 volt. And we make all these parts, the pump parts, in-house here.
From an industrial shop in El Dorado County, California, Varna is now supplying a dozen countries with industrial pumps for trucks, ships, and heavy equipment.
I just got back from Japan, so it can be intimidating, but it's fun.
Doing business domestically was successful, but Tiffany says it took bootstrapping the marketing program to get the interest of other countries and expand the customer base substantially.
It was mostly phone and internet because we were in a financial position where we didn't have the money at that time to be traveling places. So that's where you really have to be believing in what you're doing and making a good product.
It can take patience and persistence to find a global buyer. But the rewards of a new paying customer and a cross-cultural business connection are immense.
Once you're kind of in, then, you can count on a long and mutually beneficial relationship.
In Varna's case, it made sense to go global, to increase revenue sources and markets, reduce dependence on a domestic market, and grow business at home while helping others around the world grow their business.
You find just great people all over the world, and it's fun that we're able to grow here, in the county. Like, I grew up here, and so it makes me feel good for us to build this, continue the legacy, and then keep it in the county where we're all from, but then other small businesses in Canada, Japan, Chile, that they're growing as well by virtue of selling our products. So it's just, you're bridging that gap, but it shows that trade can be good for everyone.
Different countries have different culture, but in their deep mind, they have the similar thinking to have the long, sustainable business model.
Mike Liu's roots are in China, but his business is in Davis, California, where the Sunray Group imports and exports dried agricultural products, garlic, Peppers and other dried vegetables produced in sun-raised Chinese factories are used in just about any sauce you can find at the grocery store. For Mike, going global was never a question, as he used his business to connect his old life as an ag professor in China with his new American passion.
I come from academic to the business because I'm agriculture related. So I have like agricultural academic research background. So that's why I'm thinking maybe that's my advantage. I know the people in America, I know the people in China. I can build some connections.
Mike's reasons for going global included his ability to leverage international connections and keep production costs low by opening his factories in China.
And
for every Tiffany and Mike, there are hundreds of other entrepreneurs finding their own reasons to go global. 95% of the world's population lives outside of the United States. That's a big market. The net income for U.S. companies generated outside the country is now 50%. That compares to just 10% in 1950. And the number of startup companies going global each year has expanded from 7,000 in 1975 to over 40,000 in 2007.
More and more businesses are finding that, or they're finding that it's such a substantial profit difference between trying to get it done here or getting it done overseas that it really isn't a choice for a lot of businesses now.
Crystal Martin says she had no choice but to go global when she started MailPow out of this shared office space in Yuba City.
So I was running a political campaign last year, and it was a candidate for Congress who had no shot in heck of winning that race. But we really wanted to do something different, and my daughter received one of those Hallmark singing birthday cards. And she was so engaged with the piece that I thought, what if I took that same sound module and I put it in a political card, or I put it in a marketing piece and sent it out? Could I get that sort of emotional engagement, from the recipient?
MailPow was born, but Crystal still needed the sound modules to make the concept work.
I went online and I was just trying to find someone to buy them from, because I thought, I'll just buy them and use them in the campaign. And I found that it's, America no longer manufactures small pieces of technology like that anymore. It's just not cost effective. So I went on a site called Alibaba, which is the biggest international commerce site, and I started searching around for terms like sound modules, and I found a few vendors in China that did it. It turns out that China is really the hub for doing this sort of electronics.
Going global for MailPow was not only desired, it was essential for success.
And a lot of that has to be you motivating yourself to keep taking that next step and not feeling weird just randomly Skype calling someone in China that you have no idea if they're going to speak English at the other side. You just have to have the guts to do that yourself as an entrepreneur.
Beyond the growth opportunities that open up with global expansion comes the personal growth that extending a hand outside one's borders brings.
What do you want? Number 2, what do you have? Number 3, what do you need? If you can clearly give me these 3 concepts, we can work together.
People that you find that you connect with, they want to do the same thing. They want to connect. We always say, smiles to share, and that's something that's free, but that's something that people remember us by, and it's really helped, not just in personal life, but in business as well.
For entrepreneurs, the benefits of going global mean a little more work on the front end, but compounded rewards in the long run. You can reduce dependence on the domestic market by expanding your customer base. You can find suppliers not available in the United States, slash production costs significantly.
Like agriculture.
Foreign-born Americans can leverage relationships with their home country.
Investment in
and the personal growth you'll experience by interacting with other cultures and business
I can handle that
will make you a more well-rounded and efficient entrepreneur. In the next segment, finding your best-suited international markets and suppliers, going through government agencies for help, and launching your global business on a budget.